All right, let's get started. Yoga. Fix my mat because I'm neurotic and everything has to be perfect. There we go. So we're going to need a block and a strap today. If you don't have a block, you can use a book. If you don't have a strap, you can use a belt. We're going to be sitting for quite a few minutes before we start moving. So if you have a cushion to sit up on, I recommend you do that. If you don't have a cushion, you can fold up a blanket or a towel and sit on that. Just get comfy. So close your eyes and you put your hands on your thighs or on your knees. And start to turn your attention inward, focusing on the breath, allowing it to move in and out without needing to alter it or change it. Just let it happen. Lift the eyebrows up and down a few times, releasing the muscles of the forehead. And open up the mouth, stretch the jaw out. So many of us hold tension there. I know I do. I'm going to do it an extra time. And let your shoulders relax down and away from the ears. And try to resist the urge to fidget, to readjust. But choose your seat and commit to that seat. So just for today, I'd like you to use the mantra of inhale, I am, exhale, enough. There is no less than today. You are not less than anything. You are enough. So anytime you notice that your thoughts are drifting away to things that might be a little negative or not in service of your best interest, just let it go and bring your attention back to inhale, I am, exhale, enough. So sit for just a few more breaths here, focusing on that mantra and letting those words really sink in. Words have power. So if you spend a lot of your day in your mind saying things that are negative, like I am not enough, or I am this, I am too this or too that, or not enough this, that stuff lands in the body. It's like, it's a negative thought. That energy goes somewhere. But if you start reprogramming how you think, like I am enough, I am this, I am, but framing it in a positive way, then that lands in the body. So why not let positive things land in the body? A few more deep breaths. And then you bring your hands together in front of your heart, and we'll start our practice today with 3 ohms. And I'm hoping that the harmonium comes through for you because it's such a beautiful instrument. Hands together in front of the heart. Take a nice deep breath in. Yay! All right, you can open your eyes. I'll lift this so it doesn't make a lot of noise. Here, after. And stay seated. If you need to stretch out your legs for a second, maybe rub your knees, feel free to do that. Just make sure that when you come back, you can stay for another couple of minutes, because again, we're here for a while. Deep breath in, let the arms above the head, look up, but don't let your shoulders rise. Pull them down. On the exhale, then the elbows, bringing the elbows at the same height as the shoulders. On your next deep breath in, tilt your tailbone back, heart moves forward, elbows pull back, look up. Exhale, push your palms away, round through the upper back, chin to chest. Move with the breath, inhale, opening up, heart moves forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, open. Exhale, back. 2 more like that, just warming up the spine. Care bearing your heart out. Care Bear share. Exhale, round. It's all about heart openers today, so hey, if that helps you open your heart, just think about that beautiful cartoon in the 80s. Inhale, arms back above the head, look up. And on your exhale, release your right fingertips to the earth and slowly lean to the right side. So stay grounded through both sits bones. Inhale, twist your chest towards the ceiling, reach your left arm back. Feel that stretch through the chest. And on the exhale, twist the chest towards the earth. Breathe like that. Deep breath in, send that left hand back. Exhale, twist. Next one, deep breath in, really opening up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, back up, arms above the head. Exhale, other side. So get grounded first. Get that right sits bones pushing down. Now on your next deep breath in, twist. Send the heart towards the ceiling. Right arm stretches back. Exhale, twist towards the earth. Again, moving with the breath, always with the breath. Inhale up. Exhale down. Yeah. Delta is joining us from his window perch location. He enjoys watching the people walk by. A lot of our neighbors know him. Inhale back to center, arms up. Exhale, release the hands down. All right, so now grab your strap. If you don't have a strap, you can use a belt. Whatever you're using, if there's a metal part, I want you to hold close to that with one hand, because if you leave too much slack, 1, it's loud and it's not very yoga. 2, you might hit yourself in the face with what we're doing. I know that from experience. I don't want that to happen to you. So hands definitely wider than the shoulders, maybe wider than the knees, depending on how you're sitting and how open your heart is. So on your first deep breath in, I want you to pull on that strap. I want tension to be on it, and I want your knuckles pointing forward. Push your sits bones down. Deep breath in to lift your arms above your head. On the exhale, let the strap go back. If you can't get your hands behind you, that means you have to separate them a bit wider on the strap. Inhale back up. Exhale down. If that was easy, bring your hands closer together. Inhale up. Keeping tension on the strap. Exhale back. Inhale up. Exhale back. Maybe coming a little closer again this time. But again, listen to your body. Inhale up. Exhale back. Last time, deep breath up. And exhale, release. All right, so now coming through to all fours. If you're sitting up on a block or a cushion, just make sure that you move it out of the way so that, you have full reign of your mat. I'm gonna just do this. I get really neurotic with my straps. So it's something I'm working on, I'm letting it go. So let's move the cushion, coming to all fours. So hands right underneath shoulders, super important. Knees right underneath hip joints. So less like this, or like this, and more like this. Push the earth away from you, rounding through your upper back slightly. And on your inhale, drop the belly down, heart moves forward, look up. Exhale, chin to chest and round. So taking your time, really focusing on the breath. So inhaling slowly, moving the body to match the speed of that breath. And on the exhale, again, slowly moving the body to match the speed of the exhale. 3 more like that. Exhale round. Push into your hands. Push into the tops of the feet as well. Exhale round. Hi, Delta bird. Last one. I may have to get up and go get him at a certain point because he likes to be a jerk sometimes. All right, check the toes. Take a deep breath in here, and on your exhale, lift your hips up and back, coming into downward facing dog. So take a minute, pedal. Find some movement in your down dog. Find some release in the backs of those thighs. Pedaling, maybe rocking the head slowly left and right. And also, if you want to lift one of the legs, bending the knees to stack the hips. Oh, hip crack. That felt so good. So because that happened for me, you might want to do it too. I don't know. Oh, that's nice. One more breath. And exhale. Inhale high up onto the toes. And then use your exhale to bend your knees and look forward. And slowly inhaling tippy-toe to the top of the mat. Making your way up. And exhaling, folding over the legs. So keep a space between your feet of about a fist between the balls of the big toes. Release the crown of the head to the floor. Hands on your elbows, and you can have a nice rock. You sing so pretty. So I want you to have a belly to thigh connection here. So I'd rather have that than you have your legs straight and just like rounding. So by bending the knees, you take the pressure off the lower back, and that's what we want. One more deep breath here. Exhale, let it go. Release the hands back to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. So lengthen your spine, lengthen your legs. Exhale, bend the knees again, plant your palms, and then slowly slide the right foot back, coming into a lunge. Heart looks forward on your inhale. Exhale, tap the right knee down, slide the left foot back, knees together. Look forward, and on your inhale, bring your shoulders over your wrists, untuck the toes, and then bend your elbows on your exhale, lowering down. So imagine you're trying to tuck your elbows underneath your ribs, all the way to the belly. Push into the feet, push into the hands. Inhale, lift your chest, look forward. Exhale, tuck the toes, and send the hips back. Take a breath here and modify the child's pose. And exhale, extend the legs, coming back into downward facing dog. Inhale, push into your hands. Exhale, send the sits bones up and back. And if this is hard, that's okay. You can lower down and take child's pose by bringing the knees wide, sending the hips back. Or you can try to stick it out in downward dog, whatever feels good for you today. It is Sunday, so if you want to be easy like a Sunday morning, you can do that. Easy like a Sunday morning, yeah, yeah. I know, I'm on the toes again. Oh, Delta's flying around. He landed on my flat. Oh, hello! Well, slowly you can tippy-toe to the front of the mat. Lift halfway. Hi, boo. Exhale, fold over the legs. You want to come? Come here. Hi. Okay. Have a nice forward fold. Back up he goes. He's got a perch in the window over there. You're gonna be famous, Delta. He has his own Instagram, by the way, at Delta the African Gray on Insta, Delta Bird. Lots of cuddle videos. So we're still in our forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Yes. Exhale, plant the palms. This time, slide the right foot back, coming into lunge. Ooh. Oh, wait, did we do that last time? We did. Slide the left foot back. Inhale into your half plank, so shoulders over wrists, Exhale, look forward, bend the elbows lower down all the way to the tummy. Try to stay in a straight line. Don't let your hips dip. Inhale, lift halfway, just a little bit, not halfway. Lift a little bit. Exhale, tuck the toes. Send the hips back to the heels. Take a breath here in modified child's pose. And on your exhale, extend the legs. Trying to stay here for 5 breaths. So see, this is how our yoga practice at home very much differs from our yoga practice when we can go to a studio. So when we go to a yoga studio, you know, we leave all our stuff here. And when we show up, we walk in and we put our mats down, we practice, and like there's nothing else to worry about. But now that we're at home, you know, we've got distractions, we've got laundry, we've got dishes, we've got food, we've got pets, we have kids. So when you're in your practice, I invite you to really carve out that time for you, because the more you do that and you show up for yourself, the more you're going to be able to show up for the people that depend on you. Inhale, high up on the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward. Inhale, tippy-toe slowly to the front. If you can't get your feet all the way to your hands, you can walk your hands towards your feet. Now when you're ready, you can come into your forward fold again. Let your forehead come towards your shins and the crown of the head towards your hands on elbows again, rocking left and right. And now focus on relaxing your lower belly so that you can really, really smush. You'll notice you might be able to go deeper when you relax your belly. One more breath. Shoulders are still rolling away from the ears. Exhale, release your hands down. So bring your fingertips to the floor. Inhale here. And on your exhale, bend your knees and send your hips back, trying to keep your knees over your ankles as much as possible. This is our one really hard posture. Deep breath in, lift the arms up, engage your core, chair pose. Exhale, fold back over the legs, extending them as much as you can while still letting your tummy touch your thighs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, this time step the left foot back, bending into the right knee, coming into lunge. Exhale, slide the right foot back, plank for 1 breath. Exhale, lower to the knees, look forward, bend your elbows, lower down all the way to the belly. Deep breath in, lift the chest, look forward. Exhale, tuck the toes, hips to heels. Modified child's pose. Deep breath here. Exhale, extend the legs, pedaling the feet. And just noticing, maybe changes have already landed in the body. Maybe they haven't. It's cool. 1 more breath. Inhale, high up on the toes. And on the exhale, lower down to the knees and open them as wide as the mat. Big toes come together. Hips move back towards the heels. Crown of the head releases to the floor. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Ooh. I have glasses on, that's why my chin is on the floor, but if I didn't have my glasses on, my forehead would be relaxing into that ground. 2 more breaths. Nothing else to do. Just relaxing. You can rock a little bit left to right if you want, if that feels good. All right. Slowly on your inhale, come back up to all 4. And cross the ankles and slowly send your hips back. If this doesn't work for you, just come into seated however you want to. Making sure your booty is in the middle of the mat, because we're going to lay down in a little bit. But for now, we're working on some forward folds. So if sitting in staff pose is hard, if you already feel this, like you're going to fall backwards, you can stay here, palms on the earth. But think about pushing your sits bones down and the crown of your head up so that you're really finding length through your spine. Pull your toes back towards your face. You can stay here. If you want to go a little deeper, Inhale, push your sits bones down. On your exhale, move forward. So folding over. So it's like you're hinging from the hips. The heart stays open. Shoulders are pulling back. Toes are still pulling back as well. You can use your strap here. That's why we have it. You can wrap it around the balls of the feet. This really helps to keep your spine long, actually, because like it does. It just helps. You can pull your shoulders back a little easier, keeping the elbows close to the body, working your way down. If you find you have pain in the lower back, probably means you're dumping pressure there by rounding. So just come up, reset, and work from there. You can keep a soft bend in your knees. You do not have to straighten your legs. Like my legs are bent and I still feel it in my hammies like crazy. So find your perfect variation for this. Maybe walking the sits bones back a little more. Oh, geez. All right, 2 more breaths. Exhale, cool. Last one, try to push your sits bones down, find some length through your spine. And exhale, fold. Awesome. Release the strap. Inhale, arms up above the head. And exhale, release. All right, so I'm going to face you for this. So you stay how you are. I'm just going to turn and face you. So now bending into the right knee and let the foot fall out to the side. I'm going to open up just a little bit wider so you have a better idea of what we're doing. Now, if you have a really big space between your knee and the floor, say it's like this, grab for a block or something that you can prop underneath you. Just give yourself a bit of support. Actually, I'm going to do it. I have a knee injury on that side, so I'm just going to play it safe. Deep breath in, arms lift up. Exhale, twist towards that extended leg, and then fold forward over it. You can release your fingertips down. Inhale, so heart lifts. Exhale, fold. Inhale, push your sits bones into the earth. Exhale, fold. 2 more. Keep pulling your toes back. Now, if you're like me and you have a really tight torso, you're going to feel this in your back like crazy and in your side. That's where I feel it the most, actually. 1 more deep breath. Exhale, fold as far as you can. Inhale, back up. So lift the arms above the head, look up. Exhale, release your hands down. So if your left leg is out a little bit, I want you to bring it into the center and then step your right foot over your left leg. So we're coming into a twist. Inhale, push your sits bones down, lift your arms up. Exhale, twist to the right, and then you can either hook your elbow on your knee or you can wrap it around. Depends on like what feels best. If you have a larger chest, it's going to be easier to do this than this because the boobies get in the way. Trust, I know. Regardless, turn your head to look over your shoulder and maintain that length through the spine. So a trick to do that is just keep thinking about pushing your butt down and lifting your head up. Deep breath in. Deep breath out to pull your belly in. Make space for that twist to get deeper. And try not to let your right hip shift backwards. A lot of us, we try to find deeper twists by doing that because it feels like we're deeper, but we're not actually twisting where we want to twist. 1 more breath. Exhale. Inhale, back to center, arms up, look up. Exhale, counter twist to the left just to release. And then you can come back to center, extend out both legs, give them a shimmy. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. All right, bend to the left knee. And if you want to open up your right leg to the side a little bit like I did, it feels nice. And just check in with your knee. If you need the support, take it. If you don't, try it without. Or if you really like it with the support, do it with both sides. Deep breath in to lift up, so find that leg. Exhale to twist and fold. So push those sits bones down, almost like you're trying to slide them up and back. Push your right heel forward. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Oof. So you can have your hands on either side of your leg if you want. If you can grab for your toes without rounding your back, go for it. But if you notice this is happening and your shoulders are lifting, just bring the hands back to the earth, work from there. It's okay. 2 more breaths. Keep pushing those sits bones down. Keep pulling your toes back. Last one. Oh, good looking. All right. Inhale, back up. Lift the arms above the head. Exhale, release the hands down. If your right leg is out to the side of it, recenter it and then step your left foot over. We're coming into our twist. Push your sits bones down. Inhale, reach up, find length through your spine. Exhale, twist to the left. And you'll probably notice that one side is harder than the other. And just know that's okay. Allow that to be. Don't get all caught up in your thoughts like this should be. This is what it is. You are enough. It's good. Just focus on whether or not you can go a bit deeper with every breath. That's it. Doesn't matter if they're both exactly the same. Just find that edge on both sides of the body and play with that edge. 2 more breaths. Inhale to push your sits bones down, sit up higher. Exhale to twist. Woo. Last one. Inhale back to center, lift your arms up. Exhale, hands down, release the leg. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake. All right, so I'm gonna move back to centered on the mat, but you should already be there. Make sure your bum is right in the middle. We're gonna go on to our backs now. If you want to just lay straight down, you can, but if you want to join me for a little bit of a Navasana or boat pose variation, you can. 90-degree bend in the knees, feet planted firmly on the floor. Extend your arms out. So we're going to start just sitting in boat pose like this, with the feet on the floor. And just notice how that feels and where you feel it in the body. And then as slowly as possible, start to round. So imagine that you're just laying your spine out on the ground, one vertebra at a time. So not coming down like a plank, but like snaking your way down. Bringing your chin into your chest. Try to keep your feet on the floor. And then slowly release down. Oh, that's hard. And for a second, you can stretch out. Point your toes, stretch your arms above your head. Ah, it feels nice. And then slowly you can bend your knees to bring your heels close to your sit bones. And we're going to take a restorative bridge. So rather than go on the lowest edge if you have a block, try to go on the second highest, or even if you know you're capable, the highest. But if you've never done it on the highest before, don't go that way first. See if you can step up to it, because we're doing 3 of these. So we'll all try for the second highest height. A deep breath in, push into your heels, push into the balls of the feet, lift your lower back, middle back, upper back, just enough that you can put that block underneath your sacrum. So the flat part of your butt, basically. Not the lower cheek, the mid cheek. All right, I'll shut up now. Release your hands by your side, palms up. So this doesn't feel like much of a heart opener yet. But what I want you to do is walk your left shoulder underneath you as much as you can, then your right. And notice how that changes your heart, how that changes your chest. It's not really about getting our hips up as high as we can right now. It's about feeling that openness. And this is a vulnerable posture. Like all of our organs are like, hey! So try to just like rest into this. Check in with the shoulders, see if you're like flexing or holding on, see if you can relax that a bit. Check in with the jaw. I know that some of us can be clenching it without even realizing, and then all of a sudden we're like, wait a minute, how long have I been doing that? So it's not that that's normal. It happens. All right, on your next inhale, push into your feet. Lift your pubic bone first, then your lower back, just enough so that you can move that block out of the way. Untuck the shoulders and slowly round down. So upper back, middle back, then the lower back. Open the knees wide, soles of the feet together. You can have your left hand on your heart and your right hand on your tummy, and take 3 nice deep breaths here, so nice and slow. Feeling the hands lift up and down. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Feeling that connection to the earth, how it's supporting you. Last deep breath, feel the belly, feel your hand lift, feel your chest. Exhale, let it go. And you can slowly bring your knees back together. Walk your heels in towards your sits bones. So second one, so you can go back for the second highest, or you can go for the full one, whatever. If you feel warm enough to go straight for the high one, go for it. I feel warm enough today because it's a Sunday, and we'll try. So deep breath in, whichever you've decided, and trying to find some comfort. So make sure that block is placed good. Once it is, you can walk your shoulders underneath. This time start with the right shoulder, then the left. Let the palms just spiral towards the ceiling. And if you're on the higher height, notice how that changes different places in the body. Notice how maybe the thighs feel a bit different. Maybe you feel a stretch through the abdominal cavity. Definitely feeling a more openness in the chest or the heart. 3 more deep breaths here. Just allowing yourself to be vulnerable, so let go. Sink into this. Last deep breath. And exhale, let it go. All right, now to get out of this, push into your feet, lift your lower back first, remove the block, untuck your left shoulder, your right shoulder, lower down slowly. This time open your feet as wide as the mat, and then gently let your knees windshield wiper all the way to the right. Oh, that feels so good. Going all the way to the left. Oh. So next easy gentle class, this posture for like 45 minutes. Good? Yeah? Okay. Nice talk. And then back. All right. Actually, I think 2 back bends is enough. I feel that. Well, 2 of those back bends. So now we're going to grab our block. And slowly you can make your way up onto your elbows. And I want you to get that block in between your shoulders. So first, just gauge where your shoulder blades are. And then you can place it with your thumbs in between the shoulder blades so that when you lay down, your head can hang back without the back of your head touching the mat or the block, or your neck touching the block. So you might have to walk a little bit. Just make sure you're well placed. You can keep your feet on the ground here if you want. You can also extend your legs out. So this is supported fish pose, or you can come into cobbler's pose legs if that feels good for you. The idea is to keep that openness through the heart. So palms face up. I have to adjust my block a little bit. It's a little too low. Oh, baby. There we go. That's your level. So you want the block lengthwise up and down the spine, so not across the shoulders. And just letting that block sink in. So imagine it's pushing your heart up. This is also a really vulnerable posture because, our throat is open, our chest is exposed. Again, try to just sink into it. Try to relax down into this posture. And letting yourself be open. And that can sometimes be the hardest thing to do, being vulnerable is harder than being tough. Being tough is easy. Stripping away those layers of armor, now that's hard work. That's tough. And 3 more deep breaths. Last one, deep breath in, deep breath out. To get out of this, if you're in Baddha Konasana legs like me, you can first bring the soles of the feet to the earth, and then bring the palms back, maybe grabbing hold of the outsides of the mat. Bring your chin into your chest first, and then lift up just enough to move that block out of the way, and then slowly lowering back up. Then notice it feels like you're sinking down into the earth. It's quite a nice feeling. Just breathing here, feeling that release. One more deep breath. Post, fish pose. This is amazing. All right. So bring your feet back towards your sit bones and grab for your prop that you want to use today for Vipari Pakarani or legs up the wall pose. I'm going to use my Zafu cushion. You can use a block or you can use a blanket or even a towel. Slowly walk your heels in towards your sit bone and then lift your pelvis. Slide that prop underneath wherever you want it. And then gently bring the knees up into the chest. Once you feel like you've adjusted that prop, you can extend the legs. You can have your hands by your sides here, palms up. Or you can extend your arms towards the ceiling, relaxing through the wrists so that you get that full lymphatic drainage. Experience extravaganza. So again, there's nothing to do here except maybe repeating that mantra. But inhale, I am. Exhale, enough. And know that you are. You are not less than. You're perfectly enough. Really, there's nobody out there like you. You are you. You are created like so special. So to think that you're not enough or that you're less than, how can you be less than you? It's impossible. You are enough. You are 100% you. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Shine that light. Mm-hmm. All right, 3 more breaths here. Now, this is our last posture. It's a shorter practice today. If you want to stay here even longer, if you're feeling like you're really enjoying this drainage, and the feeling that this is giving you, you can stay here. But if you're ready, you can slowly bend your knees, bring your hands back down, and release your feet to the earth. Using an inhale, pushing into the feet, lifting up off of that prop so that you can come down. Oh, extend out the legs. Bring your arms by your sides. And set up for your Shavasana. If you want to use a blanket here, you can. If you want to put on a sweater or a pair of socks, you can as well. And walk your shoulders underneath your heart, just enough to lift it. Just enough to feel that expansion through the chest. And take a nice deep breath in the nose, fill the belly. And open up the mouth, let it go. Again, deep breath in, fill the chest. Open up the mouth, let it go. Deep breath, fill the belly, fill the chest. And hold it there for 3, 2, 1. And open up the mouth, let it go completely, releasing down into your Shavasana. Just like as in Viparita Karani. If you want to stay longer in your Shavasana, you can. You are at home. Take whatever time you need. Take this time for yourself. It's time where the only thing you have to do is just be here. It's just to exist. Allowing yourself to sink down into the mat. Almost like you're laying on a bed of moss. Noticing the weight of the clothes on your skin. Like I said, if you want to stay here longer, you can. But if you're ready, you can slowly start to bring a little bit of movement back into the body. Wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. You can make little circles with the ankles and the wrists. And then slowly on your next breath in, stretch your arms above your head. Point your toes and flex your thighs. And then exhale out the mouth. And slowly, you can bring your knees up into your chest. And make your way gently onto your right side in fetal position. Just take a second. Allow all those changes to land in the body. All that hard work to land. And then slowly you can lift yourself back up to seated. And we'll close our practice today with 1 Om and 3 Shantis. Take a nice deep breath in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste, my friends. From my home to yours, I hope you have a beautiful day. I hope this practice serves you, and I hope to see you again on your mat. Take care.